Once upon a time, in a land where rolling hills met vast savannas and the sky stretched wide with endless horizons, there existed two mighty kingdoms, the kingdom of Zandara and the kingdom of Oloma. Both kingdoms were known for their fierce warriors, strong rulers, and rich cultures. However, despite all their strength, there was one thing they could not resolve: an ancient feud over land, resources, and pride. This conflict had lasted for generations, resulting in countless battles, loss of lives, and an unyielding bitterness between the two. In the heart of Zandara lived a woman named Amara. She was a figure of beauty and strength, revered throughout the land, not only for her grace but for her unmatched physical presence. Amara was known for her stunningly curved backside, a symbol of her strength, fertility, and beauty. Her presence was felt before she even arrived, and the power of her form was something that spoke to the very heart of the land's rich traditions and customs. Amara had always been humble about her appearance. She worked as a healer, a wise woman who could ease pain with a touch and bring life to barren fields with a whisper. But it was the land itself, the very essence of the earth, that seemed to resonate with her being. Her back, like the curves of the mountains, seemed to embody the very spirit of the people of Zandara. Proud, bold, and unyielding. The war between Zandara and Oloma was at its peak, with both sides on the verge of destroying each other. No peace talks had worked. No leader had been able to broker a treaty. The bitterness was too great. That is, until one fateful day when Amara was called upon by her king, King Langa, who had been watching his people suffer. "Amara, we need a miracle," the king said. "The Olomans are too strong, and we have no choice but to face them in battle once again. But we need peace. I fear the future of our children is at stake." Amara, always willing to offer her wisdom, thought deeply. She had seen the destruction of war, and she knew that only something truly extraordinary could end the endless fighting. She came up with an idea that many considered impossible, but she knew it was the only chance. Amara set out for Oloma with no weapons of war, no soldiers by her side, only her presence. Her reputation preceded her. As she crossed into the Oloman territory, the people there marveled at her beauty, her grace, and the undeniable energy she carried. Word reached King Ikena of Oloma about the arrival of Amara. The king, curious but skeptical, summoned her to his court. "What brings a woman of such renown into our kingdom, without an army, without weapons? Do you seek war or peace?" he asked. Amara stood tall before the king. "I seek peace not just for today, but for all our tomorrows," she replied. Her confidence was clear, but it was her presence that truly commanded attention. The shape of her figure, especially her prominent backside, caught the eyes of the gathered men and women. It was not the body itself, but the strength it symbolized. The way she carried herself with such dignity, such self-assuredness, made them all stop in their tracks. "War has brought us nothing but sorrow," Amara continued. "But peace begins with us recognizing the value in each other, the strength in each other. I stand before you today not to demand anything but to show you what true strength looks like. Strength is not just in the battlefield, but in understanding, in unity, in recognizing that we are all a part of something greater than our kingdoms." As she spoke, King Ikena and his court were mesmerized, not just by her words but by the symbolism of her figure. It was said that the shape of her back represented the curves of the earth, the fertile lands that both kingdoms fought over. In that moment, something profound shifted within the king. He saw the woman before him not as a symbol of physical beauty, but as a living testament to the land, its curves, its cycles, and its endless promise of life if only the kingdoms could learn to share it. "I have seen your strength," King Ikena said, "and I understand now. Your presence alone has brought clarity to my heart. We have fought over something that was never truly ours to own." With that, the two kingdoms began a dialogue, led by Amara's quiet wisdom and undeniable presence. The warring sides, who had been blinded by hatred, found themselves drawn to the understanding that the land belonged to all who walked upon it, and that no kingdom could claim it for themselves alone. In the end, it was Amara's curves, not just the physical ones but the deeper, symbolic ones, that ended the war. Her backside, once the subject of teasing and admiration, became a symbol of unity. It was as though the land itself had spoken through her, telling both kingdoms that peace was not an impossible dream, but a future they could all build together. The war ended, and a lasting peace was forged. The two kingdoms, once divided, now shared the resources they fought over, and in honor of Amara, the land flourished like never before. Amara's name became synonymous with strength, wisdom, and unity. And so, the two kingdoms lived in harmony, forever remembering the day when peace was not won through war, but through the simple, powerful presence of one extraordinary woman.